Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen. Real quick, before we get this show on the road, I'm gonna mess, because my camera does not appear to be working real quick, so I'm going to quickly mute the desktop audio. I'm going to reset my camera, and I'm gonna hope that it doesn't do what it did last time, which is blow my ears out with static. So let's find out. Okay. So far, so good. Okay. Excellent. Nothing's trying to kill my ears. Can I get my thing to work? Please? Yes. 1920 by 1080, 30 frames. At this one. Start. Okay. Glitches do just happen sometimes. Excellent. All right, hold on. Let me make sure I got to this. There we go. Excellent. All right. But yes, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back right at it again with some 999. Now let me minimize that. I can do that. Thank you. All right. Where is the thing? Where's my little section thing of needs to be played? Should be right there. Yes, it is. It's my favorite streamer. Thank you. All right. Nonary. 999, and we are more than likely going to get another ending this time around. Maybe even two, depending on how long it will take. But we will get there all in due time. Let me switch back to this. As soon as the game wants to properly run. Please, I beseech thee, load the game. I know you can do it. I've seen you do it 1,000 times before. This is no different. Am I gonna have to force close the game? Hold on. No, okay. You just needed a little more convincing. Okay, there we go. Like Chunsoft, not Arxis, but Axis. Continue. Yes. Yes. Resume from here, yes. Oh yes, but it's your turn with this guy. Indeed. They passed through the open door and headed to the next room. Junpei jogged down the short staircase and looked around. Oh yes, you're right. I'm there. There we go. Aha. This is indeed a torture room. Okay. The words had sprung unbidden to his lips, but it was clear why. Junpei shivered. Lotus and Seven reached the bottom of the stairs and stopped short, terrified. Agreed. Well, we had to solve the puzzle first, but definitely. He jogged up the stairs on the opposite side of the room and shook the door on the wall next to the catwalk. It didn't open, and he muttered to himself. Oh boy, hold on. Junpei looked around the room again. Well, no kidding, it's an electric chair. The back of it was covered with electrodes connected to a nest of wires. Junpei turned to look at the right side of the room. There was a table covered with a piece of cloth. On top of the table were a number of metal instruments. Junpei didn't know what they were for, and he had a feeling he didn't want to find out. Lest he be in the latest installation in the Saw franchise.
一体何を？
あまり考えたくはないな。
Junpei shook his head in an attempt to clear it and tried to focus on something else.
とにかくやばい匂いがする部屋だってのはよくわかった。長いは無用だな。
Saw,
とっとと
now
この
with
部屋をやっつけて
Junpei,
外に
indeed.
出よう。
Maybe it won't be as terrible as the last 3 Saw films.
さあ、行動開始せ。
Seek a way out. Alright, so let's see. So it's literally just the one room. Let's check the electric chair. A really creepy chair. Manacles make me think it was used to torture people. Well, we can't open these manacles without a key. There's some sort of weird symbol on them. What symbol? What, on the key? What kind of symbol? Well, if I've got this right, I think it's the sun symbol. Well, good to know. There's something on the screen. This device will conduct the experiment. Once the experiment has been completed, the door will unlock. First, adjust the switches to match the blocks in the sample above. Oh, I don't know what this thing is, but we gotta figure out this puzzle. It's right next to a torture chair. Whatever it is, I don't think it's good. Anyway, we just adjust the switches to match the blocks up on top, right? You adjust the switches shown at the 4 corners of the screen, then press the check button. Junpei, let's see. Yes, hello there. Welcome. Junpei, we don't know what this thing does. It's an electric chair. What the fuck do you think it does, woman? There are lots of other things you could do. Let's see. On. 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 I figured that wouldn't be the case, but I still wanted to try. Well, she is a woman. Well, yes, this is true. Okay, so we need to get rid of those 2 over here. We need to also get rid of those 2 down there. Oh, and the one down here as well. So that gets rid of those. Okay. I'll come back to this later. Whenever you turn one of these switches, more blocks show up on the screen. So I think you gotta figure out which buttons you have to press in order to get the screen to match the diagram. Thank you, 7. As I'm making fun of my own gender, indeed, we all do it. Well, if you want to see how many blocks each switch adds, just turn on one switch. When all of them are off, there aren't any blocks, right? Then you can see how many each switch adds. Oh yeah, I got it. Or I get it. 7 has the brain cell? Yes. I think we will all be sharing brain cells this time at rapid pace. The needle is on the gauge. It is at 0. It doesn't look like it's going to move. I want to move it. Red, yellow. You think the colors mean something? No idea. I mean, red looks more dangerous, but other than that. Bottom of this one looks like it's covered in rust. I don't think it'll move at all. What about the switches? All these dials are pointing in different directions. Maybe something will happen if we turn them. Ha! Shoot. They're all rusted. I guess turning them doesn't really do anything. Well, I tried. F key. We must pay respects. There are a bunch of buttons here with the letters A through F on them. Let's push some of them. Down you go. So if I press it again, back you come. I guess these buttons switch something on or off when you press them. So what part did you jump to after last time's debacle? So let me go to the menu and let me go to the flowchart. So we started off, I believe, I started off like right here, and actually the green line tells you we went to the other room we didn't last time. We went through the middle, and then instead of going through the middle like a sane person, I got myself to the right, and now I'm on this path. And then probably after we get to this ending, I will do this part, and then I will jump right back to the middle. hog, indeed. Let's see. We have the torture chamber tools. There are a number of ominous-looking tools and instruments here. Let's see. We've got an adze and hammer, a pair of forceps, and these other things are too old and broken. Hey, doesn't this wrench look way too new to be here with all this other stuff? Yes! Yes, it does. I didn't notice it before you mentioned it, but it's not rusty at all. A wrench! In the machine! A number of rusty torture tools are lined up here. I don't think there's anything else here we need. Sparks of sane insanity, indeed. Let's see. What's in here? The cover's bolted on there pretty good. Not with this wrench. Should be able to get those bolts off with this wrench we just found, though. Exactly. Sweet, it's open. Let's peer inside. The hole's too small. You can't even see in, even with the cover off. Yes. Well, you can't see in, but I think there's enough room to stick your arm in. Are you sure you want to do that? There could be something dangerous in there. Nah, you're crazy. Okay, I admit, that scares me a little, but we need to see if there's anything useful in there. Drank. All right, I will drank. Delicious Wasser. All right, here we go. Arm into the hole. Hey, I think I can feel something. It's small, cold, and hard. Doesn't feel like there's anything else in here. All right, let's see what this thing is. It's a sun key. Thank you. Key with the sun symbol on it. We should be able to open the other door with this. Yeah, but we gotta get out of this room before we can do that. And we're probably gonna need the sun key to do that. But none of the other doors in this room have keyholes. The manacles do, though. I bet we can use it on something that's not a door. Yeah, the manacles. Hold on. Yep, manacles. Sun key should fit into the keyhole on these manacles. All right, sun key, there you go. And yes. Great, they're open. I don't think we're gonna need the sun key again in here, though. Just seems unlikely. All right, sun key, you've done your job. Into my pocket with you. Well, they're open. What are you gonna do now? I'm gonna sit in the chair and put the manacles on. Let's just look around some more. I get a feeling something will happen. Right. We should try and figure out what the device over in the corner is for at any rate. Okay, fine. No. No. Oh, the floor is glass. Interesting. That chair looks pretty heavy all by itself. That glass could be dangerous. We'd be in some serious trouble if that glass broke. I probably shouldn't walk on it. Okay. A. B. E. D. C. F. No, I figured not. Levers have got to turn something on. Of course they would. All they can do is turn something on or off. What's important is what they turn on or off. Junpei is going to lose brain cell privileges? Potentially. Don't say the floor is going to suddenly... Don't say the floor is suddenly going to open up. He barely guessed that. Got him. Alright. I think what we need to do is solve the little puzzle here first. Just the switches to match the black blocks on top, and then press the check button. Where's my notepad? All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, no, hold on. Oh, I'm gonna have to. This is gonna be some interesting note taking right here. All right, with what I can do first. No, hold on. Top. No, actually, it's in order. So first, switch. Okay. Top left 1. Top right 4. Bottom left 2. Bottom right, 4. Okay. Yes, okay, that's what I need. So let's see. Oh, no. Okay, no. These add different things. Okay, cool. I wanted to double check. Okay, so let's not say first switch. Let's say top left switch. Okay, cool. Now we go top right. Like a type switch. There we go. All right. The little limes emotes. Let's see. So top left 3. And then the senpai ones with all the Kikos. Let's see. Top right 1. Bottom left 2. Yeah, like a type. 2. Bottom right 3. 3. Okay. All right. I'm going to need to expand this notes a little bit. All right. So cool. Bottom left switch. Bottom left switch. Really? Nothing in the top right? Interesting. Top left 2. Oh my goodness. Top right 0. Bottom. Whose cat? Kiko is his cat. Oh, okay. Senpai being the owner of the channel that Sona Catharsis is using. Bottom left. Yeah, because what's it? Because for all emotes, including my own, you have to have your little name thing at the very front part of it. Fun little fact. Bottom right. Just like with limes, when I hover over the limes emote, it says limes noted or limes think and sweat. Let's see. And all of mine. With all the Alato stuff. Yeah. I need to get more emotes eventually. I've downloaded some other things that could potentially be used for emotes. And I have the slots, I believe. But that will be for then. So, okay. Bottom right switch. I would love more moving ones. Yes, animated ones would be cool. But those are more expensive. And I don't know what else I want to use for, like, animated ones. Hello, Hattie. Yes, the moving dragon and the Screm. Let's see. Top left is 4 of them? Yes. Okay. Top left 4. Top right. A moving version of the lewd one, potentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Goodness sakes, 5 of them. Bottom left 2, and then bottom right 2. But I'll see what I can think of once I A, have more money, and B, I can come up with other ideas as well. Let's see. Okay. So, okay, let's see what so the top left needs to be, hold on, okay. Answer. So the top left needs to be 8. Top right needs to be, 10. Bottom left needs to be 6. Bottom right needs to be 9. Oh boy. All right. Let's do this. Okay. All right, so 3, 2, 4, no. So top, I wonder if I can just solve this by figuring out one of them. Nice, 69, indeed. So if I just do top left, top right, then bottom right. Oh my goodness, I just had to solve one of them. All right, it's fine. Also hope all is good. All is going well and fine. Hattie, thank you very much. Adjustment is completed. Now proceeding to execution phase. To complete the experiment, data must be collected from the subject. Once preparation is finished, place subject in chair. Whoa, I thought we solved the puzzle already. What does it mean by preparation? I don't know. I've got a bad feeling about this, thanks Qui-Gon Jinn. I think this means one of us has got to sit in the chair. Well, 7's never going to fit in that thing. Posture check? All right, hold on. Yeah, I can make my posture a little better. There we go. Get my back a little more straightened. More than myself, anyway. Well, 7's never going to fit in that thing. It's either you or me, Junpei.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
Collecting data. I wonder if it's going to run electricity through the subject. There's a human head on the screen. Maybe it's gonna zap the brain with a little electricity. And I wish you had those dummies from that one room. I know, right? Ride Lotus. Ride the lightning, Lotus. Come on, it'll be great, I swear. This doesn't really sound safe. Anyway, we still gotta prepare. We can talk about this after we figured out what it means by preparation, all right? Well, it wants us to prepare, so maybe we ought to ask it what we need to do. Tell me what to do. Error, the disposal tank is closed. Please fill the tank with water. What tank? Oh man, don't tell me we gotta do something with a water tank. Well, there's probably something around here to open the tank, or whatever it's asking us to do. Looks like the only controls are in this room. This one, I presume. Rude. I meant to, that was rude. It works either way. Okay. The needle on the gauge is at 0. Yes. Well, I guess I might as well try. Let's give it a shot. Nope, no dice. This thing isn't going anywhere. Oh, give me that. You just ain't man enough. Sure, pal, you give it a shot. Let's just see how much more of a man you are. Ugh. Hey, you're going to break it. Man, that thing ain't going anywhere. Fantastic job. All right, I wonder. So the door will unlock if we complete the experiment. So in other words, we aren't getting out that door until we finish this experiment. Well, let's do that then. All right. Told us something about the water tank, which I presume is this thing. There's nothing in there anymore. Found the sun key hidden inside the tank. Okay. No, I didn't want to click it. Thank you. Ooh, I didn't see that. Really? I can't click on the little weights there? Slow clap for 7. Yeah. All right, so we got to solve this little thing here to get the water going, I presume. Yellow's gauge is at 0. All the dials are rusted. I don't think where they're pointing means anything. What about any of these over here? There are a ton of knobs here. Doesn't seem like any of them do anything, though. Do you think it's broken? Potentially. You see some oil or something down there at the base of the lever. Yeah, it feels like it's got some movement to it. I should be able to pull this one. All right, let's pull the lever. Pull the stick. Pull the knob. Yank it. Pull it. Tug it. Is that water? What do you mean that worked? I just hit A and I hit the word what? What the hell? What's going on? Will you calm down? It's just water going somewhere. It sounds like it's underneath us. No, you turn the knob. Oh, look. Some people solve things in interesting fashions. It sounds like it's underneath us. That means the floor... Oh! Junpei, look! What's she... Oh, damn. I can see through the glass now. Oh, hey! EDBF. Okay, cool. It's a dead shark. There are a couple letters in the color of blood written on the shark's belly. It's dead. Looks like the letters are EDBF. Whatever these are for has to be in this room somewhere. It's for the thing over there. You get that I'm being lewd. Yes, indeed. Head pet. Alright. EDBF, was that it? I want to double check the dead shark. EDBF, yes, okay. Very hilarious that it is a shark of all things that is dead in here, considering what has been going on in my D&D session recently. What? There's a strange noise coming from the chair. It looks like it's being turned on. Yeah, let's see. I guess the puzzle here was that the power had to be sent in a specific way. I guess so. Sit in the chair, Junpei. I don't think examining the chair is going to cause that machine to do anything. I should probably take a look at the monitor instead. Fine. The restraining device is unlocked. Please seat subject in device. The message on the screen was disturbingly detached.
やっぱり誰かが座らないと動かなそうだな。
Oh, goodness.
こんなと
I
ころで
claim
スリムな体が
every
役に
such
立つとは
responsibility.
皮肉なものね。
ヤシロ、本当にいいのか？俺が座ってお前が解いた方が。
Oh, Lotus is stepping up? Let's go.
そうだぜ。もし失敗でもしたら。
Seven couldn't bring himself to finish the thought. His eyes fell to the floor. Junpei followed them. You'll join the dead shark if you don't succeed in this, Lotus. Lotus with the largest balls in the group? Seems so, surprisingly. Beneath them was the dead shark, floating underneath the glass. Perhaps it had been killed by an electric shock.
平気よ。たとえ落ちたとしても、サメはもう死んでるじゃない。
だけど。
決断が鈍い男はかっこ悪いわよ。アドバイスはそこからでもできるわ。こんな部屋に長居したくないし。さっさとモニターの前につきなさい。
After her words had made it clear that Lotus would book no argument, she turned and walked toward the chair without hesitation. But she did not sit down. Do it. You said you were going to do it. Despite what she had said, she did indeed feel hesitation. Her legs shook.
ねえ、最後に一つだけ聞いてもらえる？
What?
最後とか言うなよ。
演技でもね。
いいから聞いて。もしも私の身に何かあったら、娘たちにこう伝えて
Plural?
ほしいの。
Daughters plural?
お母さんはあなたたちのことを愛してた。
Aw.
うん、ずっと愛してるって。
娘たち？
お前、子供がいるのか？
Plural?
ええ。ちょうど淳平くんと同じぐらいの年齢かしら。
She really is following the advice of past Prime Minister Shinzo Abe.
双子でね。いろいろあ
Oh,
って。
that's just two of
若い
them.
頃の産んだ
Okay.
の。
Still twins. That's surprising.
名前はノナと、それからもう一人は。
Is one of them Nona and one of them Ari?
待て。ノナ。
Junpei's words shot out before he even realized what he was saying. He remembered the story Seven had told him.
青い、ライト、ノナ。
That's right. Oh, I almost forgot about that. Oh no.
何よ。突然大声上げたりして。
Uh-oh. Lotus took a step back from Junpei. Uh-oh. My thoughts exactly, Seven. Seven looked just as shocked as Junpei. He blinked his eyes rapidly, as if he weren't sure if he was completely awake.
まさかとは思うが。ヤシロ、お前の本当の名字は柏原じゃねえよな。
Lotus's eyes went wide.
なんで知ってんのよ。
おいおいおいおい、マジかよ。こいつまさかヤシロが。
Oh, spaghettios.
あの子って何？
Rice
まるで会ったことが
Krispies.
あるような口ぶりじゃない。
Oh no.
あるんだよ。
Seven's brow furrowed.
だからあるんだ。お前の娘のうちの一人に会ったことが。
いつ？
今から9年前に
どこで？
この船の中で。
どうして？
話せば長くなる。
長くなったって構わないわ。聞かせて。一体何があったっていうの？
分かったよ。話そう。
Seven glanced at Junpei, then turned back to Lotus and began to speak. It was the same story Junpei had heard only minutes before. Every detail.
俺はだったんだが、そしてだがその時、それからどうやらそこは
Indeed.
まるで、そしてこれが9年前俺が体験したことの全てだ。
Oh boy. At last, Seven finished. Lotus shook her head.
そんな。私が9年もの間探し求めていた
That
情
is
報。
that is not what she said up there. That is not what she said. Whatever.
それを知ってる人間がこんなにも近くにいたなんて。
探し求めていた。
そうよ。娘たちは確かに9年前に行方不明になった。
But she said that can't. She said you can't be serious, or that's unbelievable. Instead of oh my god.
それから9日経って私のところに戻っては来たんだけど、でもその9日間に何があったのかは、精密検査の結果乱暴されたわけじゃないってことだけは分かってた。
But
それでも何か恐ろしいことを経験してきたことは確かで、だからこそ深く追求することはできなかったの。そんなことをしたら思い出させてしまうことになるでしょう。
understandable,
そっと
Lotus.
しておいてあげるし
Very
かなかったの。
understandable.
それから1ヶ月が経ち、次第に娘たちはいつもの様子を取り戻していったわ。明るい笑顔を見せるようになって、冗談を言ったりおどけてみせたり、もうそうなってしまうとなおさら何も聞けなくて、いつしかその件について触れるのはタブーになってしまったの。
You have to start telling us what they say when you point out they translated it wrong. I will if it's like really bad,
だけどそれでも気に
or
な
if
る
it's
じゃない
just little
母親
nitpicks.
としては。
It'd be cool. It would be cool, given my limited knowledge of Japanese.
だから私は独自に調査を始めることにしたのよ。その空白の9日間に何があったのか、それを突き止めるために。
それで何か分かったのか。
いいえ、何も。警察は捜査をしているふりをしながらほとんどまともに動いてくれなかったし、 マスコミも16人の子供たちが戻ってきてからはまるでうやむやにするかのように事件については一切報道しなくなってしまって、多分どこかの組織から圧力
I'll
がか
eventually
かっ
take
た
a
んだ
class
と思
on
う
it
わ。
together. Maybe if I really feel the need to pick it up again,
ク
then
レイドル製薬
potentially.
の。いや、それよりももっと上にある組織からの圧力だろうな。
クレイドル製薬か。
何か心当たりが。
いえ、その名前を聞いたのも今が初めてよ。 ねえセブン、どうしてクレイドル製薬が事件に関与してるって分かったの？
被害者の接点をたどれば容疑者につながる犯罪捜査の常識で、
その接点っていうのは。
行方不明になった子供たちには全員ある病院への通院歴
Really,
が
a
あった。
singular hospital?
その病院の経営母体がクレイドル製薬のグループ企業でな。それでだ。
病院？
病院か。
まあ、そういや、その病院で聞き込みをしている間に何人もの子供たちから奇妙な証言が。
Oh ho.
というと。
ガンツフェルト実験って知ってるか？
Gonsfeld experiment. Can't say I have. That's a
どう
new
やら子
one.
供たちは診療中にその実験をさせられたことがあったらしいんだ。カウンセリングと称して 半ば強制的にな。
教えてくれ。それ、
ああ、ガンツフェルト実験ってのはな、
Huh.
ガンツフェルト実験ってのはこんな内容だ。
Sure, fine,
まず
whatever.
被験者 Q と A をそれぞれ遠く離れた別々の部屋に隔離する。
Is this like one of those ESP test things that the government did in like the 60s?
次に Q に対してある映像を見せ、それを市
Yeah,
民に
this
よっ
is
て
totally
A
an
に送る
ESP
よう
thing that
要
the
請する。
government did in like the 60s. Cool.
一方その頃 A はゆったりとしたリクライニングシートに座らされ、視界を覆うように目隠しをされている。そうして全ての感覚が遮断された状態で A
Yeah.
は Q がどんな映像を見ているのかを当てるんだ。
あ、それなら知ってるわ。確か有名なテレパシーの実験
Yep.
よね。
Mm-hmm.
テレパシー？それってこの船で行われた実験と何か関係があるんじゃないのか？
I said when I know the answer he's asking.
人を意のままに操る実験ってやつね。
Oh my goodness.
そうだ。テレパシーなんてそんな高等無
I've
形な
played the
現象
ch-
が
yeah,
実在
very
するかどうか
true. You
はわから
have.
ない。だがクライドル製薬の
I
連中
technically
は
have the trilogy, and I think I have AI Somnium files as well. Lotus grunted. Seven had been thinking hard for the last several minutes and finally spoke.
もしも仮にそうだとしても、今俺たちが巻き込まれている状況とどういう関係があるのかがわからねえな。
So over here's like, I don't know, maybe, maybe
悪
not.
いゲーム。
Yeah, fair enough.
ゼロ。
Fair enough.
俺たちが拉致されてきた理由、それとテレパシーと一体どんなつながりがあるっていうんだ。自分から話を振っといてなんだが、全くわけがわからねえ。何も関係がないとは思えないんだが。
Ellipses all around. Haven't. All good. Then, in the moment of silence, a cold voice echoed down from the ceiling. Is it Zero?
被験者の設置が認識できません。
Oh, great.
一分後
Awesome.
電力の強制遮断を行います。なお、復旧には1時間のインターバルを要します。実験を開始する場合は、速やかに被験者のセットを完了してください。
おいおい、やばいんじゃねえか。
All right, Lotus. Time to get that ass moving.
だな。
わかったわよ。座ればいいんでしょ。座れば。
Lotus, yes.
いや、別にそういう意味で言ったわけじゃ。
Some of these are hard puzzles. They can be.
いいからさっさと動く。
They absolutely can be.
頼んだわよ。
ああ、わかった。
But they're still fun, which is the important part. Lotus sat down on the chair. Junpei looked at her one last time, then made his way to the monitor.
ヤシロ、おかしなことがあったらすぐに言ってくれよ。
心配性ね。男をあげないと紫に愛想つかされるわよ。
Lotus was putting on the best act she could manage, but her legs were shaking so much that if she hadn't been sitting, she likely would have fallen down.
ヤシロ、
Failure was not acceptable.
やってやるさ。
Junpei took one last deep breath and stared at the monitor. Really? Are you serious? Wait, hold on. Oh, you little git. All right. Junpei had the check. Oh, you heathenous little wretch. All right. Oh, that's evil. All right, hold on. Ugh, all right, hold on. Ay, ay, ay. All right, hold on. Oh, this is evil. All right. All right, so. Oh my goodness. All right, so hold on. Let me double check something. Okay, does it do anything? Okay, so 2 there. 2 here. Evil. Yes, it is. Really understand a lot more about what's going on. It's basically we've gone to version 2 of this puzzle where we're looking at things at 3 dimensions instead of 2 dimensions. Especially for those like me who can't visualize that in our heads. Evil, 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 evil. All right. So 2 clearly does something else instead of 1. Oh, all right, fine, fine. Alrighty. I need to recompile my notes. Hold on. I'm still gonna have it as like top left, top right. Although I should probably do left top and left bottom instead. So hold on. Left. No. Stop that. Okay. Left, top, switch. Mermaid Man evil, and very, very much so. All right. And then left, bottom. And then we have right, top. And then right, bottom. All right, hold on. Okay. So, left, top, bottom. No, left, bottom, please. Left, bottom. This is evil. Right, top, right, bottom. Okay, then we copy all of this, and we paste it. Or all of these. All right, what's the answer? Okay, so for... Hold on. Forgot to switch on the answer. Okay, there we go. So is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? I'm gonna say 8. I may regret doing that. 6. The bottom. I had to turn it off first and then, yes. All right, the top of this. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Actually, I may have to switch this. 9. Okay. Okay. So let me double check something first. Okay, no. That's what we're doing here. Okay. Let me redo this then. So technically I want 4 because I want to change it into arrows, not just squares. 4 on here too. Okay. 1, 2, 3. That's still 7. No, actually, or no, I said 8 last time. 7. And then 6 is still fine. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, so... Oh, and it does a 1 or 2 thing. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna need larger notes. No. 2. Okay, hold on. Okay, so copy and paste this. This is going to be fascinating. I can already tell. Let's see. 2, and then, hold on. Let me compile my notes real quick. If only you could see how I'm setting up these notes. You would probably think it's slightly psychotic, and you would be correct. But either way, it's how my brain will make sure that this gets all solved neat and proper-like. Even though I probably won't need like half of these, I just need to solve one of these sides if there was anything to go off of last time. We need all the head pats when you finish this puzzle, maybe someday. Cheer with dancing. Exactly, thank you. All right. So let's see. So left top switch 1. Okay, so 2 and 2 for right bottom. Okay, and 0 for these. All right. What does it change over to here? Okay, so it's still 2 on the top left, or on the left top. So right top is 2 and 1 on the right bottom. Okay. Okay, left bottom, switch 1. 2, okay, so 0 on the left side. 2 on right top, 1 on left bottom, or on right bottom. Okay, 2 goes 1 on top and 1 on bottom for the left side. And 0 here, or 0 on the top of the right side, and 1 on the bottom. 2 plus 2 equals 4. Quick maths. Off. Okay. Switch 1. Okay. So on the right side, we got 1. We got 2. Not 22, just 2. 2 on the... Really? 2 on the left top, 3 on the left bottom. That's insane. All right. No, I switched that around. Hold on. This is easily fixable. 2, 3, 1, 2. Then on 2. Okay. So 1. Nope. Not on the left side. Right side. 1, 1. Okay. And then 1. Nothing on the bottom left. Okay. Fascinating. Then finally this. Okay, so right top is 1, bottom 0. 2, 2 for both left sides. Okay. And then 2. So 1, 1 for the right. And then 1, 2 to the left. This is going to be fascinating. All right. So I need, for the left top, I need 7, but left bottom needs to be 6, and 4 on both right sides. Okay. So let me think. All right. So let me think. So 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. Okay. Let's see. All right, this is where we get into experimental phase here. So I'm gonna say this with, where's the other? Right top switch. Okay, so already we've achieved 4, or no, I read that all wrong, I think. Did I, actually? I did not, it is 4. That can't be it because we need more than that, so. Let's, theoretically for right now, disregard left top switch 1 and right top switch 1 for now. So let's see. So which one gives us 2? So left 2 gives us 1 on the bottom right. Hold on. That gives us 2. What does it need on the... Okay, they both need 4. So that's the important thing here. Oh, that's going to be interesting. Okay. So left top gives us 2, and then 2 and 1. So let's go with that for now. Okay. Right top gives us 1 and 1, so let's go over to switch 2 on this. Darn it! Alright. What am I missing over here? Okay, there needs to be more on the... Okay, there needs to be more on the left side. Because there needs to be, like, what? 2 more on the top and 3 more on the bottom. Okay, of the left side. Alright, so what switches can we sort of mess with here? So, we do this, that gives us that. That gives us nothing, so that is giving us too much on that side. So if we do this... No, I figured not. There's no way it could be that. Okay, let's reset ourselves real quick. Hold on. All right. So, okay, hold on. So it's not going to be as easy as last time, that's for sure. We managed to cheese the first phase of this puzzle by just solving one of them, but this isn't going to be the case this time. Or at the very least, it's not going to be the most easily solvable part of this. Okay. Make note of the combinations you try this time. Potentially, if it gets a bit too chaotic, I'll start keeping track. But for right now, it's just theory crafting. Okay, so the left top needs to be an odd number. That we know for sure. So left top... Okay, let me think. So 2, 2, it could be that. Okay, so which of these makes 7 for the left top? Left top switch 1 does 2 for both. Okay, so 2. The only one on the left bottom switch that gives the left top anything is switch 2. So I think we might be able to comfortably put this permanently here. Maybe. Alright. Both of the left top switches give 2 for the top left, and nothing to the bottom, I believe. Am I correct on this? Yes, okay. Forgot to add that in my note. There we go. Okay. So that's fine. That's all well and good. We just need to worry about the right side for the left switches. For now, we're going to focus on this odd 7. So, only one that does anything. Okay, so both top lefts do the same thing. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Let's go to the right side. Do the left tops change? They do. Depending on the switch. It's probably not going to be right top switch 1, because right top switch 1 is 3, excuse me, 3 for the left bottom, which would make it up to 4. So I'm going to say right now, we leave right top at 2. So already we've kind of eliminated our combinations by 50%. Let's see. Potentially 50%. Okay. So for right now, set both of these to 1. And no, that's not gonna be it. Okay, 2? No, that's not gonna be it. I set this to 2, what changes over here? Changes to that. If I do this, it's the same one I did last time I played myself. Actually, it wasn't the exact same one, but all 2s is not the correct answer. But I feel like... Helveta. Okay, what am I missing over here? I'm missing about... Let's see. I'm missing 2 and 3 for the left top. Okay, what adds more to the left bottom? Or to the left side? So right now in the 2s, 2, and then 2... Okay, so I have the maximum I can give on the left side for the left switches. Because left top switch 1 and 2 do 2 for the left top. And left bottom switch only gives 1 for the for switch 2. So I am comfortable in the fact that that left bottom switch will always be at 2. And I think it's probably not going to be... I think the only ones I have to mess with is the ones on the right here. So what gives more on the top and bottom here? Right top switch 1 gives 3 on the bottom left. And that completes it. What gives more on top on left top? 2. Okay. Right top switch 1 also gives more on left top. So, what does right bottom switch? Okay. Switch 1 on here gives more. It's 4 for each. Do we got it? Yes! Let's go! The experiment has concluded. Thank goodness. The door will now unlock. I can hear the door unlocking. And now we've got a new message. I was trying to go to the kitchen and accidentally got stuck in hell with a communist demon probing people's minds. I'm scared. Don't worry, Shetty. I'm sure it will be fine. Right. Release subject from restraining device. Lotus, are you alright? Yes, I am. I'm glad nothing bad happened, but I do think my life just got a little shorter. Hold on, I'll get you out right away. Shouldn't take long for Seven and me to get her out of here. Let's get out of here now. Being a guinea pig is not for me. Damn straight. I don't ever want to see this thing again. Let's get Audi 9000. Let's see this new ending. Thank you. You found it. You found osteoporosis.
通路が奥に伸びてるな。
でも、扉一つ見当たらないわよ。
道なりに進むしかねえか。
だな。行こう。
I believe in you three. It turned left twice before they saw the elevator.
エレベーターか。
ちょうどいい。こいつに乗って
Found a brain
C デッキ
tumor.
まで行こう。
Congrats. Oh no. In silence, they jogged up to it. Junpei pushed the C button. The elevator motor ground away, and before long, they found themselves once again on C deck. The door opened and they stepped off.
行きましょう。
おう。
Junpei, Lotus, and Seven nodded at one another and took off running down the long hallway in front of them. Sorry, just Seven making that noise just reminded me of just the Donkey Kong noise that I make sometimes. Oh, it really caught me off guard. They ran, and ran, and ran. The hallway seemed endless.
目的地はすでに決まっている。
Seth Rogen laughed. Oh no.
大階段の裏手にある一
You
枚の
found
扉。
things because funny. Thank you.
あの扉の鍵穴には太陽のマークが刻まれていた。そして今、俺のポケットの中にはさっきの部屋で手に入れた
Time to reveal the
タッカー
truth.
を使えばあの扉を開くことが
Although I
できます
think that truth is going to be the exact same truth we found last time we opened the sun door, but that's fine. That was why they ran for the central staircase. Which DK's nice. I mean, that's not specifically DK, that's just gorillas in general, but still. They had run for quite some time when they arrived at the door that ended the hallway. I think I spelled it correctly, but I sent you the clip. Thank you. The Jupiter door was already unlocked.
行くぞ。
おう。
Oh, goodness sakes. Junpei grabbed hold of the doorknob and threw it open. They rushed through and stopped cold. Oh, hey. The terrible scene... What? Oh, no. The terrible scene before them made their blood run cold. Oh! I see! This is Hoomstadile. That's new. I was really I was not expecting her to be the one to be dead here. Made my bird go nuts with the DK noises. Oh no! 3 people lay dead on the floor covered in blood. There goes Ace, Clover, and Snake. Who took the axe this time? Junpei felt a cold sweat trickle down his spine. He couldn't breathe. His legs shook. His body felt cold. Deathly cold. Santa, not Snake. That's right, yes. Snake's already dead, unfortunately. But his blood was boiling hot. Christmas is over. He could feel his mind begin to fade. I'm not gonna get over that goose noise in this soundtrack. He couldn't think. He couldn't concentrate. His mind was blank.
なんてことだ。一体何があったって言うんだ。
Seven's voice was weak and broken. He edged toward the bodies, his movements stiff.
四つは
He bent over Clover and pressed his fingers to her wrist.
ダメだ。死んでる。
Damn you, Critch. Uh-oh. Our weird companions. They're broken. Suddenly, Lotus moved. Before he understood what was happening, her hand was in Junpei's vest pocket.
おい、何すんだよ。
He leapt back. Lotus looked up at him, terrified.
鍵よ、太陽の鍵を貸して。
Why? No, why? 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 Papa, why are the people not moving? Well, you see, it's a symptom called being a DS visual novel.
決まってるでしょ。
See, she
犯人が
moved
戻って
there.
くる前に逃げるのよ。
This what do you know? No, that doesn't give you any reason to be taking the Sun Key, Lotus. Santa, Clover, no, my dear friends,
いつのした。
my beloved, my little Oomfies, all dead.
犯人は。そんな。嘘だろ。
貸して。
The babies are dead again, not the Oomfies. Before Junpei could react, Lotus dove back into his pocket and came out with the key.
さあ、行くわよ。
Without waiting for Seven or Junpei, she ran straight for the central staircase. They followed. Junpei shut his eyes and swallowed his emotions. Morning would have to wait. Soon they stood in front of the door.
これで。
Lotus shoved the sun key into the keyhole and twisted it hard. But
なんで。
どうしたんだ。
oh goodness. Why won't you get the good ending, Junpei?
手
Exactly.
応えがないのよ。会場の手応えが。
そんな鍵が合わないっていうのか。
Or is it already unlocked?
わからないけど。もしかして。
Lotus sighed, defeated, and leaned against the doorknob. She felt it twist. I knew it was already unlocked. A small gap appeared between the door and the frame.
開いた。
どういうことだ。
どういうことも何も。鍵は開いてたってことよ。
June took the axe. June took the axe.
知らないわよ、そんなの。
Uh-oh.
とにかく先に進んでみましょう。
Lotus took a deep breath and slowly opened the door
Fuck is that
the
supposed
rest
to
of the
mean?
way. They stepped inside. In front of them was another hallway. It stretched out toward the bow of the ship. They began to run. Faster and faster they ran, trying desperately to reach the end of the hallway. A few seconds later, they were there. front of them stood a massive metal door. They were all breathing heavily as Junpei spoke.
なんていうこの扉は。ノブも取ってもスイッチもレバーもカードリーダーも鍵穴さえついてないぞ。一体どうやって開けっていうんだ。
仕方ねえ。引き返すしかねえか。
嫌よ。殺人鬼のいるところになんて戻りたくないわ。
There was more stark terror in Lotus's voice than authority. She was almost begging.
だが他に開きそうなドアは見当たらねえしな。
As he spoke, Seven stepped toward the door in front of them, as if to illustrate that it was the only door. It opened.
嘘。
開いた。
Was it really by itself, or was it
自動
by
ドアだ
our
ったってこと？
or was it by our sole missing companion?
おい、なんだか嫌な予感がするぜ。
And that must have been a really long password.
鍵が開いてたり自動ドアだったりよ。こんなこと今までにはなかったじゃねえか。
嫌な予感だって。
Murderer is in there, more than likely. How could their situation possibly get worse? 3 people were already dead.
これ以上嫌なことなんてあってたまるかい。
I have crippling depression.
くそ。
おい、チンペイ！
He stepped through the door.
そうだよ。これ以上なんてあるはずが。
Come on, Junpei, I just need you to hold out that sanity check for a little longer, and whatever hope Junpei had managed to summon disappeared. He failed the sanity check.
そんな。
June had the forethought to grab the bracelets? That could be worse.
そうだろう。
Potentially. Like I said, Junpei is broken. No, not once, Junpei.
こんな現実はありえない。ありえ
Oh.
ない。ありえない。
He's failing the sanity check. I think he got a 100 on the sanity check. He's doomed.
誰か嘘だと言ってくれ。幻覚を見ているだけだと言ってくれ。そうだ。そうだよ。幻だ。幻想だ。
This man has lost at least 10 points of sanity. He is going to go temporarily, or he is going temporarily insane. Forgot this is called Cthulhu Rules. Yeah, that's the killer there. No, not the protagonist. Wasn't real, right? June? No, the codenames meant nothing now. Kane. Oh my goodness, well, never mind. Junpei cried out and leapt through the door. He flew to her side, his heart like a stone in his chest. Well
I
then!
have crippling depression.
Junpei swept her up and shook her by the shoulder. She's alive?! She moaned, and her eyes fluttered open, but only barely. Her face was pale, and her lips were dry and cracked. Damn, can't believe she was the murderer who died from 2 bullet wounds to the head. Oh no. Her eyes were blank and cloudy. They stared straight at Junpei, but saw nothing. Junpei put his hand against the small of her back to hold her up. It felt warm and wet. Did she get stabbed in the back? He lifted his hand up. It was covered in blood. That is a very good question, actually. It was all he could do not to break into tears. Her voice was thin, a minuscule thread that was the only thing keeping her with him.
何言ってるんだ。絶対に死なせるもんか。必ず助けてやる。
Oh boy.
シュウペイ君に本当に 嬉しかっ
バカ野郎、一度どころか二度でも三度でも、なんだから頼む、しっかりしてくれ、あかね。とにかくなんだ、どうすればいいんだよ。
He looked up from Kane, desperate for something, anything. A sub? Then he saw it. A little yellow submarine.
潜水艇、どうしてこんなところにそんなものが。
That is a fantastic question. Feels bad, man. Very much so. No, that didn't matter. Nothing mattered except saving Kane. That was the only thing he wanted.
そうだ。
I knew it. It was the Beatles. I heard the Motley Crue with my vampire hearing. Junpei turned his head back to look down at her.
待ってろ、すぐそこに潜水艇があるんだ。動くかどうか見てくるから。
Take her with you. Take her with you.
お願いだからそばに。
Thought your mouse was a fly. No, I promise it is not a fly. I tried smack. What do you mean you tried smacking it? Oh goodness, Shetty. Oh boy. Damn you, Lennon. Uh-oh.
最後ぐらい純平君のそばにいさせてほしいんです。
あかね。
純平君知ってました。私純平君のこと小学校の
Oh goodness. Junpei's vision had gone blurry. It took him a moment to realize his eyes were filled with tears. He could feel a piercing point of heat deep in his heart, like a white-hot flame.
純平君といろんなとこ行きましたよね。プール行ったり、お祭り。
Deathbed love confession, indeed.
雪の積もった校庭で雪合戦したりとか。みんなかけがえのないこの瞬間も私にとっては本当はもっともっといろんなとこ今ももう
Oh boy.
無理ですね。
そんなことないさ、あかね。さっき言っただろ、何回だって会ってやるって。
本当に
本当だ。
よかったよかった。
She said it to herself over and over, a weak smile creasing her tired face.
私なんだか
Don't fall asleep. Don't go into the light.
寝
Yeah,
ちゃダメだ。
don't do it. Her eyes were slowly closing. Junpei screamed, even as he felt his throat go hoarse.
あかね。あかね。あかね。
I'm gay.
Oh. Oh my goodness. I never got to tell her I'm gay. Oh. I did it, thank you. Time passed. Junpei wept, curled around Kane's body. He cried and cried until he had no tears left. When the last tear fell, Junpei was no more. His body remained, but only as an empty shell. Somewhere, he had heard a bell ring. It was the clock at the central staircase. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, is it time to leave? 5. 5. It rang 5 times, then faded.
5時
Quietly, gently, softly, he set Kane down on the floor. Slowly, Junpei stood. Only then did he realize that Seven and Lotus had not followed him. Where had they gone? Slowly, he looked around the room. There was nothing. No sign that they had ever been there. It felt as though every part of Junpei's body was made of lead. Slowly, he made his way to the door he'd come through. As he approached it, it opened, sliding apart with a sound like grinding stone. Junpei died with her, pretty much, yeah, in spirit for sure. Junpei passed through the gate and into the hallway. What? It has been, like, what? His heart rattled in his chest, an empty, lifeless thing. It has been like...
I have crippling depression.
Oh, it had been so utterly broken that there was nothing left to feel. When he saw their bodies, he simply stared. It has been less, presumably in universe, it has been less than 10 minutes! It was a lake, a sea of blood. 2 bodies lay in it. There was no need to check. There was no breath left in them. Poor man, he really loved her. Also, plot twist, Zero got bored. Maybe. His eyes lit on Lotus's wrist. Her bracelet. It was gone. Who's stealing all the bracelets? He stared. It meant nothing to him. Is Zero really going around, like, killing everyone and stealing the bracelets? He didn't care anymore. He couldn't care anymore. Junpei's body felt numb. Part of him knew the lump of lead in his chest had once been hard. Yes! He couldn't quite remember what it had been for. What am I even fighting for? Tears poured from his eyes in great streams. He wasn't sure why. He gave up trying to make them stop. He turned around, the door opened again, and slowly, numbly, he walked through. Did they make no noise? Is it soundproof? Except June's bracelet. Maybe. I mean, it's a giant, thick metal door. That's probably why the sounds were muffled. Especially since Junpei was more worried about the deathbed love confessional as well. He kept walking. Why stop? An object set in motion. Simple inertia carried him forward. Eventually, he found himself in front of the submarine. His arm reached for the hatch. Yep, there it is. Into the sea. And then he was floating in water. His eyes stared down into it. He couldn't see the bottom. Oh, come on, really? We're not even gonna see who? His back was hot. Dimly, he felt the blade of a knife in it. Who? One dead body lay behind door number 5. The body of the 9th man. Another lay in the shower room. The body of Snake. At the central... Okay, so 1, 2. At the central staircase were 3 more. 1, 2, 3. So that's 5. Ace, Santa, and Clover. Just outside the door were 2 corpses. Those of 7 and Lotus. So that's 7. Junpei's 8. So it has to be 0. Unless there's a special other person that we don't know about. And in this very room lay the body that had once been Kane. The person who killed everyone, of course. The man behind the slaughter. It was him all along. And now Junpei would join them. Kane is 9, yep. Who then had killed them all? Who? Death. Junpei let out one last breath. Faintly, he felt the bubbles creep up the side of his face. His consciousness faded quickly, dissolving away into the cold, gentle lapping of the water. Let me see that bad end screen. Yeah, there it is. Fucking mouse got me again. I hate this. Come on. Oh. Give it up for the lovely voice cast who did a fantastic job once again. I'm saying it was Zero. I'm 100% saying it was Zero who did it. Okay, I hope nothing's going to happen when I hit this escape key. Or do I have to sit here and go through all the credits again? I have to go through all the credits again. They took too long on the puzzles. Zero got bored waiting. I guess so. Alright, I can't seem to skip the credits. So you're all stuck here with me until we get to the end of the credits. Alright, so we have like what? 3 endings plus the true ending, so 4 I think. Because we have the other thing where we give the 4-leaf clover to Clover. Spacebar? I have tried, let's see, I have tried spacebar, I have tried escape. Enter? Enter does nothing. Backspace. Backspace also does nothing. Was, WASD? Nothing. Tab? No, unfortunately. Right click does nothing. Left click does nothing. Middle mouse does nothing. What about this? Nothing. Click. I DM'd you those clips, thank you. The end, or is it? Okay, so actually it was, pretty shorthand credits actually, all things considered. Definitely shorter than most modern games. Ugh. We all die by a yellow submarine. Saw the submarine ending in 999, thank you. You can't see the cutscene because I have the overlay off, but still. Yes, I would like to save here, yes. Goodness. Did you try Alt F4? You know, I don't think I did. Nor do I think I want to. Alright, so. We technically have like 2... Well, no, we have 4 endings. We have this ending, and then this ending. Submarine ending in the town where I was born. I know that place. Silent Hill. Let's see. So... I want to go through this path first. I want to do that, and then we jump over here to the middle path. And then we see what kind of nonsense we can get up to there. And then I'll have to figure out how to get to the other endings. By the way, from the axe ending last time, when I played through the red things that Clover dropped, were their hands with the brass bracelets attached. Still the most gruesome me. Goodness! Oh, that is wild. Didn't give away all my secrets. Oh no. Alright, so. I'm trying to think. So we'll go here. Yes. Why did you have me zoom in like all those other times? Okay. No. Still put it to the novel screen. Hold on. Skip. Just keep skipping around. There you go. Just keep doing that. Okay. Door number 3.
俺は3の扉に入ろうと思う。
ダメだ。それはできない。
Why not?
あ?
You stupid
なんでだよ。
bastard.
不可能だからだ。
But why?
3対3で分かれた時に、どちらかのチームが3の
To be
扉に入ることは
frank,
で
to
き
be
ない。
frank, DS graphics. I mean, yeah, also could have been, it could have also been censorship laws for video games during that time as well. Why not, you stupid? Oh, to be fair. Always have to get up early for orientation. Have a good night. Yes, have a good night, Shetty. Good luck at orientation tomorrow.
どうして?
ここにいる6人のバングルナンバーは3、4、5、6、7、8。3人で3の扉に入るためには3、4、5か6、7、8で組むしかない。この2通りしかありえないんだ。
Meant that graphics weren't super clear, so it was kinda up to interpretation. Yeah, also true.
だが2つのチームが同時に1箇所に入ることはできないから。
Spencer for getting an ending, thank you.
なるほど。どっちかのチームは取り残されることに。
そういうことだ。
7や8の扉なら、そういうことにはならないのか。
ああ、大丈夫だ。取り得る手段は3つある。
I want to go through door 3. I want to see everything. Santa began to explain.
プラン A 358で7に入り467で8に入る方法。プラン B
Okay, I don't think I need to explain that one. He clearly said Plan B, not Option B. Whatever.
457で
It's
7
fine.
に入り368で8に入る方法。プラン C 367で7に入り458で8に入る方法。以上の3通りだ。これ以外の選択肢はない。俺たち6人が揃ってこの先へ
It's
と
fine,
進
let
む
him
には
cook, I guess. Probably changes since Plan B is a preventive. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Fair enough, but still. That's when Junpei realized. Plan A divides into 2 teams. 358 and 467. Plan B divides into 2 teams. 457 and 368. Plan C divides into 2 teams. 367 and 458.
ってことは
There was one thing they all had in
ど
common.
の組み合わせでも5と6が同じチームにならないじゃないか。
You don't get to be with the girl, I'm sorry.
つまり6人が揃ってこの先へと進むということは紫と離れ離れになるってことで。
June and Junpei had been friends when they were kids. He trusted her more than anyone else on the ship. If he chose 7 or 8, he'd be taken away from her. Was that something he was prepared to do?
考え事は終わったか。
You have
さ
murder to prevent.
あという
Indeed.
わけだからもう一度考え直してくれ。選択肢は2つだ。7か8か。3は絶対に選べない。3を選べば
I deny.
取り残されたやつは
I
確実に死ぬ
substitute
こと
your
になる
reality.
んだ。
Oh, excuse me, and replace it with my own.
さあどうする。7か8か。どっちを選ぶ。
Junpei thought hard. After thinking it over, his conclusion was, I want door 3. Actually, let me. That's right, you blocked me from using the flowchart. I'm saving. I want
悪いなサンタ。
door 3.
それでも俺は3の扉を選ばせてもらう
What
よ。
part of me making the choice was not clear to you, sir?
バカな。頭おかしいんじゃないのか
I
お
am
前。
fully aware of this.
どうしてそこまでして3の扉にこだわるんだよ。
Because I want to see content, Santa.
俺はただ
Junpei paused. He swallowed the words he'd been about to say.
3の扉が気になるんだ。どうしても。
Content, Santa.
理由になってねえだろうが。
理由ならある。
With that, he began walking toward the door. Fuck you, that's why, Santa. Exactly. Their curiosity likely getting the better of them, the others followed. A few of them looked a little suspicious, but Junpei told himself that wouldn't matter. He kept walking and kept silent. Eventually, they arrived at the number 3 door. Junpei stopped.
気になるのはこのレッドなんだ。セブン、悪いがちょっと認証してもらえないかな。
あ？なんでだよ。
いいから頼むよ。
He stared at Junpei for a moment, then grunted and laid his palm heavily on the scanner.
これでいいか？
Yes.
なあ、ありがとう。これでレッドには7の数値が入力されたことになる。次は紫だ。同じようにレッドに触れてくれ。
You do realize you're gonna have all of them go in, yes?
俊平君、一体何を確かめようとしてるんですか？
ああ、実はな。
Junpei thought about his answer for a moment.
もしかしたら別の脱出方法が見つかるかもしれないんだ。
なんだって。
本当に
That got them excited. Just as Junpei had intended.
さあ、だから
Phrasing,
紫、
Junpei. Phrasing.
認証を。
わかりました
Or would it be telling the narrator phrasing? Either way. 7 plus 6 equals 13. 1 plus 3 equals 4. those two numbers in the RED, Junpei had what he wanted. He casually placed his own hand on the scanner and the third asterisk blinked on. 4 plus 5 equals 9.
さて、あと認証を行ってないのはサンタと、それから四つ葉とヤシロだな。
だから何なの？
わからないのか？この状況
We're
が何を
all
意味する
in
のか。
this together.
四つ葉とヤシロのバングルナンバーを足すといくつになる？
12、
その数字根は？
3。
サンタと同じだな。ところでヤシロ、今レッドに入力されている数値はいくつだと思う？
7たす6たす5は18。
Indeed.
その通り。ではそれに3を足した時の数字根は？
3だわ。扉の数字と同じ。
そういうことだ。
おいちょっと待て。お前は一体何を企んでる？
We're all in this together.
別に何も。俺はただ
時？
均衡が崩れる時だよ。サンタかヤシロと四つ葉のペアか、
Ooh.
どちらかが動けばもう片方も動かざるを得なくなる。その時を。
Junpei laid his hand almost casually on the lever.
てめえペテンにかけやがったな。
You played yourself. I didn't do anything.
さっき言ってたことは全部デタラメだったってことか。
デタラメじゃない。これが俺の考えた別の脱出方法だ。
一体何のためにこんなことを。
Junpei glanced at June.
まさかお前紫と同じ扉に入るために。
Yes.
ただそれだけのためにこんな
Yes,
ことを。
that is it. Santa was furious. His face was red, and flecks of spit flew from his lips as he spoke. Junpei closed his eyes calmly and then opened them again.
さあ
So someone has to be evil regardless. Pretty much.
サンタか
Who wants to be the eternal damnation person? Or people, depending. Who wants to hand out eternal
行
damnation?
くわよ、やつば。
Lotus leapt forward. She grabbed Clover by the sleeve and ran for Junpei and the door. Caught by surprise, Santa froze for a moment, then shot forward like a bullet from a gun. Lotus had a head start, but Santa had the advantage in size and speed. Almost immediately, he passed Lotus and Clover.
待って、ダメ。
Santa did not hesitate. He slammed his hand down on the RED.
正気じゃねえ。こんなのは絶対に間違ってる。
He glared at Junpei, his chest heaving.
ああそうだな。
Junpei's voice was cold, but not without effort.
でも
He turned to the RED and pulled the lever. Excelsior. With the sound of metal on metal, the door opened. It would only remain so for 9 seconds. There was no time to think.
行くぞ。
Junpei and his 3 reluctant companions jumped into the door's gaping mouth, one after another. No sooner did they enter than an all-too-familiar noise sounded from their left wrists. The detonators had activated. Junpei looked back only once and saw Lotus and Clover on the other side of the closing door. Phrasing indeed. They stood still and stopped where they had been when Santa reached the RED. The defeat and desperation on their faces tore at Junpei's heart. Then the door closed, and they were gone. Let me get my drink on.
汚ねえぞ順平。こんなやり方はフェアじゃねえ。
Come on, camera. I believe in you. Right here. There we go. Santa rounded on Junpei, lightning crackling in his eyes and his knuckles white.
分かってんのかおい。お前はあの二人を。
うるせえ。ガタガタ言ってんじゃねえ。
It hadn't been Junpei that spoke, but 7.
そんなことよりも早くデッドを探せ。
The clock was ticking. Tore at his heart. Junpei would get over it. The DEAD was their only chance at survival. Unless they could find it and deactivate their detonators, the four of them would be...
あと1分もねえぞグズグズすんな急げ
くそ覚えとけよこの野郎
We can sell this in the bedroom later. They scattered and began to scour the room. The deactivation device was nowhere to be found.
どこだどこにあんだよ
I think they're all slightly psychotic. I mean, it wouldn't be a visual novel if they weren't. Corridor stretched out in 3 directions, but every one was blocked off by a wall of metal. Nor would it be a Spike Chunsoft game if they weren't. Just a smidge, yeah. There was only one way out. One other door.
あそこだきっとあの扉の向こうだ
Seven ran for the door, a rusty iron thing. His large hands grabbed hold of the handle and pulled.
あ、真っ暗だ。
何も見えねえな
Junpei stuck his head through the door and looked around the room.
いや、あれは
Almost immediately, he spotted the blinking red light on the right
あ
wall.
ったぞベッドだ
He stepped into the room.
なんだ足の裏になんかぬるっとした感触
Is
が
it slippery with blood? Is it slippery with blood? I have a feeling it's slippery with blood. He stopped and glanced down at his feet. What
おい
was...
何やってんだ
いや今なんか
いいからさっさと行け
Junpei felt Seven's heavy hand against his back and stumbled across the room. It's blood! The other 3 piled in behind him. Yeah, here we go. They all felt immediately that something was wrong. Nothing that could be easily identified, only a sense that something terrible shared the room with them. Oh no, Snake, yep, but there was no time to say so.
急げ早く出て
They all started running. In the dark, it was hard to tell where the wall was. All they could see was the tiny red light blinking at them over and over and over.
あれか
In quick succession, they all slammed their hands against the scanner panel. Seven leaned against the wall, gulping air. As his breathing began to return to normal, he glanced at his left wrist and grunted.
止まった止まったぜ
Indeed. You're failing the sanity check, Seven. I don't like that. Junpei could hear him laughing in the dark, but could barely make out the larger man's face.
何度やっても慣れないなこればっかりは
Yuck. Thankfully, none of them fell onto the body. Yet.
それにしても
The sound of retching came from Santa's
一
direction.
体何なんだこの匂いはよ
What do you think?
もう我慢できねえ吐きそうだぜ
So desperate had they been in their race to the DEAD that no one had noticed the horrible smell that pervaded the room. Gross. It was a terrible, nauseating stench, like burnt and rotten meat. Adrenaline had drowned it out, but now it rolled over Junpei in waves, forcing itself into his nose with every breath he took.
確かにこいつはきついな
Low adrenaline, indeed. He felt his stomach clench and bile rise up in his throat. Oh, hey, Gamerex, thank you.
明かりをつけてみよ
I didn't realize it was you who did the gas notification.
うスイッチはあそこか
The light that spilled in from the door barely illuminated a small switch plate next to the door. Slowly, with the toll of the last few minutes apparent in his gait, Seven walked toward it. You could hear a little bit of the blood squishing there. He stopped as he got close and extended his fingers toward the switch.
よしつけるぞ
There was a soft click as the lights came on. Just as the lights turned on, June took in a short breath and... Yep. A scream echoes through the room. Junpei's breath stopped in his throat. His heart ceased to beat. Time froze. His mind scrambled to make sense of what he saw before him. F for someone? Indeed. We will see who that someone is here in a few seconds. What was left of the body sat in a sea of blood. Chunks of flesh torn from the body sat in the blood like tiny islands in a great red sea. Is Yosh actually like okay? It can be like okay or a few other things. It all depends on the context. But Yosh can either mean like okay or something to that effect. It has another meaning, but I have forgotten at this exact moment. I should not be eating during this segment. Yeah, probably not a great idea. Thankfully this game isn't extremely gory, but still. A vast ragged hole had been torn in the torso, and what remained of his intestine spilled out of it like fresh spaghetti. Smaller chunks of meat had splattered against the wall and become stuck as they dried. Like, alright, yeah, kinda, yeah. Goose noise making the serious moments, making it, yeah, for real. Globules of yellowish fat had left trails like tiny slugs as gravity pulled them down the wall, even as they dried to it. Seven's voice was low and strained. Just to make sure, where are we in the flow state? We haven't reached the thing yet. Okay. Oh, that's great. That's awesome. It looked as though the explosion had been quite powerful. His legs were both bent in an odd, unnatural way, and his left arm had split open, exposing the painfully white bone of his ulna. His bracelet lay next to him. It seemed to have hit the wall hard enough to have shattered the display, which lay on the ground in pieces. Yes, right before an escape. Yep. Half of his head had simply collapsed. The blood coating almost made it look like raw pizza dough covered in tomato sauce. His clothes, too, were covered in blood. The burgundy tie, the white shirt, the jacket with the yellow piping, and the gray slacks. They were all familiar to Junpei. Is that a little tear, like, in his frame for that, actually? No, that's his... I'm crazy. It's his eye. It looked like for a split second his eyes were closed, and this was like a little tear coming out. But no, that's just the art style. That's just the side profile. I'm crazy. Santa's voice wavered as he spoke, his mouth dry. Finally, Junpei spoke. That is a fantastic question. Suddenly, June was screaming, her voice broken. It was an eerie scream, full of insanity and not entirely human. Goodness sakes, the voice acting of these characters never ceases to not amaze me. She shook her head violently and grabbed fistfuls of her own hair. The only normal reaction. Yeah, pretty much. Junpei could hear the sound of hair tearing. Uh-oh. June has definitely failed her sanity check. He grabbed for her wrist.
What?
But as he did, June leapt up and ran toward the exit. She screamed at the door, and her fist slammed against it with a hollow sound. Junpei could see drops of blood on her knuckles. Methinks we will eventually find that out when we get the true ending. She screamed again, a desperate, mindless cry. Her fists flailed against the door. The 50s would say she has a weak constitution, yes. Indeed. They would say the 60s would say she was going through hysteria and needed cocainium. Junpei couldn't watch anymore. He ran to June and wrapped his arm around her, pulling the screaming girl away from the door. Content, oof. She scrambled for a moment, her legs skittering across the floor, but her resistance didn't last long. Thank you, Junpei, fucking finally. Oh. As suddenly as her outburst had begun, it was over. The manic energy disappeared, and her body went limp in Junpei's arms. June collapsed toward the floor, and Junpei knelt down with her. She went temporarily insane and was completely knocked out cold. He felt drops of something warm and wet. Was she crying? Like, dude, she needed something to ground her. Yeah, pretty much. A moment later, she began to sob. Okay, well, she didn't pass out, but still. Sanity check has most definitely failed. Oh, excuse me. Her shoulders shook, and great, hot tears rolled down her face like rain. Sometimes people need people, very much so. Her name was a whisper. She nodded once. Her trembling voice pulled at Junpei's heart. He stroked her hair gently. His face was so close to her. The scent of her hair was nostalgic. Fair enough. Ellipses. Several minutes passed before June's tears had dried. Uh-oh, we got a hair stiffer fight in 2 point. Darn it. Oh my goodness. Junpei stood up. He bent down, put his arms under June's, and helped her to her feet. They didn't speak. Neither did Seven or Santa. A person was dead. They had died in that room, in a terrible way. Junpei knew there was no way he could make himself forget that. There was no way any of them could forget it, but mourning would do no good. They spread out to search the room, but each felt as if their heart was made of lead. Sometimes they just... I mean, yeah, also true. Seek a way out. Seek a way out before the oh goodness, what's the chemical in the air that's produced when no, it's oh goodness sakes, no, what's the thing? Darn it. It's a flammable gas. What is it? It's a natural flammable gas. It comes from pig's manure or cow manure. I forget which. What in the world is the name of it? LLR? Interesting. Methane and ammonia. Thank you. I was thinking of methane. Let's hurry before the methane gas from the dead body fills the room and we accidentally die from accidentally scraping against the floor a little too hard. Those letters written in blood. LLR. Do you think that might be some sort of dying message from Snake? No, that's impossible. You saw the blood. You aren't doing anything after something like that happens to you. Then this. The way the blood's dried tells you it's real old. Whoever's blood this is, it ain't Snake's. Then you're saying this blood was put here a long time ago? Yeah. Well, that solves that. Light switch. Off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Really? You're not gonna let me leave it off? Fine. Toilet paper. With symbols on them. It's toilet paper with some kind of red symbols on them. You think maybe that's a Cytale cipher? What? That's new. I haven't seen that word before. Cytale cipher? Cytale cipher? What the hell is that? You wrap a piece of paper around a stick and then write several sentences on it so that the whole paper is filled up. Then you unwrap the paper and you can't tell what the original message was, right? I would not want to touch that light switch. That's, yeah, fair. That's how it works, more or less. Then to decipher it, you gotta have a stick that's the same diameter as the original one. Same diameter as the original one, huh? Yeah. And you just wrap the paper around that stick, and you can read the code. Good to know. Wooden box. There's something in here. It's luminol. What the hell is this thing? Some kind of spray bottle? There's something written on it. Lumen... Can't read anything else. The label's all faded. Let me see that. You just grabbed it from him. That wasn't very nice. Oh, this is luminol. You know, forensic guys use it at crime scenes. Oh yeah, that stuff that glows blue when you spray it on blood. Even if the blood's been wiped off, it'll still glow. Fascinating. Okay. I knew this thanks to Nancy Drew. Blood amongst other things. Indeed. Goodies in the toilet. Oh, that's not the goodies I was wanting. What do you think this is? It looks like tar. It's kind of sticky. I don't think we can just wipe it off. I doubt just pouring some water on it's gonna help much either. What about hot water? Hot water? If we had some really hot water, like boiling hot, then maybe that would wash it off. That kind of cipher is meant what I learned. Oh, okay, gotcha. Gross, but okay, indeed. There's some kind of toilet paper on this shelf. The tank? It's a water tank for a toilet. I've seen a lot of OC guys try and hide a piece in something like this. Usually for a 187 or something. Guess they think it's clever. Don't know when they'll figure out everybody else thinks it's clever too. Huh? I mean, I know peace, but what's OC? Organized crime. What is that? Some kind of police slang? Huh? Probably. Huh? What'd I say? Why does he look all sad now? It's not really important right now, guys. Let's just check it out, alright? Well, he's not wasting any time. Ooh, a screwdriver. It's a screwdriver. We can use it to unscrew things like with this. Was there something we needed to unscrew somewhere? I mean, probably later, yeah. Toilet tank, nothing in it, which means we can't flush it. Goodies in the toilet. There's nothing in the toilet. If there was, that would be gross. I'm oh so sure. There might be something in the tank, you know? Let's open that shit up. It's a red key card? It's a red key card. Oh, probably a key card. Why so many toilet puzzles? Because Goody's in the toilet. Do you remember if you saw a card reader anywhere around here? No, because I've only explored the toilets and the thingamabobbers. This one, it's a bucket. It's a poop bucket. It's a tin bucket. Hey, Jumpy, do you remember back in elementary school when you spilled out all our paint across the whole classroom? They made you clean it up, and they gave you a sponge and a bucket like this. Silent Hill, what have you done? No, it's a piss bucket. See, this must have come from a very fancy gamer then if they had a piss bucket. And a broom. Junpei reached for the broom, and as he grabbed it, he heard a soft voice from behind him. It was June.
Huh?
What? He turned around. June still looked sadly pale, but there was a smile on her face. Woman, what are you up to? What is with your cryptic nonsense?
組み合わせって？
純平君とそのほうきのことですよ。
Dear lords, indeed.
よく振り回して遊んでたじゃないですか。あの小屋の前で。
Oh, okay.
そうだったっけ？
忘れちゃったんですか？
No. Kinda had my mind wiped when Zero gassed me. Junpei stared at the broom in his hand.
じゃあ、もしかしてあの夏休みのこと。
She looked very sad. He shook his head.
いや、それは覚えてるよ。忘れるわけないだろ。あんな強烈な出来事。
They were in the 6th grade. Junpei and June had been assigned to take care of the classroom pets, the rabbits. Their chief duty was to clean the hutches every morning. On the final day of school before summer vacation began, Junpei overslept. He rushed to school and found June standing in front of the rabbit hutches. No sooner had Junpei arrived than June began to cry. He had no idea why until he looked behind her into the rabbit hutch. The first thing he saw was blood. The hutch was filled with the dead bodies of the rabbits. Did a fox get in? Even after their teachers and friends came to see what the commotion was, June couldn't stop crying.
私がいつまでも泣き止まずにいると、純平君がそばに来てこう言ってくれましたよね。もう泣くな。 I'm
pretty sure it was less of a person and more of another animal, but...
泣き止んでからが大変だったんだよな。一緒に犯人を捕まえるとか言い出して。
June smiled, and a little of the flush of life returned to her cheeks. With more rabbits!
はは、そうだったな。
The school also kept roosters and guinea pigs. Junpei and June had decided the murderer would likely return to finish off the rest of the animals. They would ambush the killer at night. Junpei and June hid behind the hutch at dusk and waited. It was a warm summer night. The quiet sounds of crickets whispered through the air. Are those crickets or cicadas? As the sun went down, the stars began to wink at them from the sky. In June's, Akane Kuroshiki's face. That night was something Junpei knew he would never forget as long as he lived.
だけど結局犯人は現れなかったんだよな。あの時は。
We got 1 and 1. Yes, the murderer never showed up because it was probably just a fox.
でもあれから動物たちは襲われなくなりました。私はあの張り込みは無駄じゃなかったと思ってます。
He'd felt the same way, but it was good to hear her say it.
まあ、今考えると結構無茶したよな。
無茶ですか？
She looked up at him, confused.
だってそうだろ？あの頃俺たち小学生だぜ。もし本当に犯人がやってきたら、きっと。お前も本当は不安だっただろ？
私は不安じゃなかったです。だって純平君が。
Oh, okay, I see us.
純平君が。
She blushed furiously.
そういえば飼育係って誰もやりたがらなかったですよね。
Clearly embarrassed, she tried desperately to change the subject.
立候補したのも初めは私だけでした。
特に男子は 動物の世話とかめんどくさがるからな。
Yeah, that's fair.
でも後から淳平くんが立候補してきて、
どうせ何か係をやらなきゃいけなかったんだ。だったらパートナーはおとなしいやつの方がいい。サボっても担任にチクったりしないようなやつが。
そんな理由で立候補したんですか？
ああ、そうだ。
He nodded quickly and much too earnestly, and then quickly looked away at something very important.
本当に？
もちろん。
That hadn't been the reason, of course. He had asked to take care of the rabbits so that he could be near June. It had been so long ago, he couldn't bring himself to tell her how he'd felt back then. It would be embarrassing. He took a quick breath to clear his head, tossed the broom up, and then snatched it out of the air.
さてと、思い出話をしてる場合じゃないよな。
I don't think it's Junpei's turn with the brain cell anymore. Probably not.
早く脱出する方法を探さないと。
はい、それじゃあ私は向こうを調べてきますね。
June nodded curtly, then turned and walked away.
それじゃあ俺もそろそろ。
Hopefully that wasn't some of the lower intestines.
さっきの血溜まりか。
Okay, cool. Right, hold on. Let me clear my notes real quick. There we go. Yeah, why do you do this to me? There we go. Junpei turned and looked around at the room. At Snake's body. Chunks of flesh and organs still lay on the floor.
死体の隣で昔話なんて。こんな時に何やってんだろうな。
Pretending to ignore the corpse.
いや。こんな時だからこそ。
Despite such a situation, or perhaps because of it, the mind turned to the farthest thing from death that it could find. Still, Junpei couldn't help but feel a twinge of guilt at wanting so desperately to live when Snake lay dead before him.
生き延びないとな。なんとしてでも、あいつと一緒に。
As he stared at the clumps of blackened flesh, all Junpei could think of was how much he wanted to live. A broom. Huh? What are you doing with the broom? I'll figure that out later. I already checked all 3 toilets, you know. Nothing unusual there. Yeah. Oh, hey. It's a thermostat. Or a thermometer, rather. Can you get it off? No. It's screwed onto the wall. I have a screwdriver.
なあ、順平。
What?
体温計のメモリって
あ、
なんで42度までしかないか知ってるか？
You know why thermometers can only go up to 107 degrees Fahrenheit? No. Junpei answered without taking his eyes off the screw.
さあ、考えたこともないな。
人の体を作ってるタンパク質は42度を越すと固まっちまうんだ。
Oh, cool. Great.
ゆで卵と同じさ。ゆで卵をいくら冷やしても生卵には戻らないだろ。要するに死んじまうってことだ。だから体温計には42度以上のメモリは必要ないんだよ。
Why had Santa brought that up, Junpei wondered.
そう。
He continued to work at the screw.
だがよほどのことがない限り、そんな熱が出ることはない。どんなウイルスに感染しようと、42度を超えるのは極めて稀だ。
That timing for the info dumping, yeah, pretty much.
ま、それ以外の原因があれば話は別だが。
それ以外の原因？
そうだな。例えば、サウナに閉じ込められるとか。
I mean, yeah, true.
あるいは、焼却炉に放り込まれて。
Also true,
焼
yes.
かれるとか。
なるほど。そりゃ確かに42度を超えるだろうな。
Junpei gave a short, barking laugh. A moment later, the screw fell off. With a small tug, Junpei pulled the thermometer from the wall.
よし、取れたぜ。
He looked up and saw Santa, glaring at a blank section of the wall.
なんだ。
いや、なんでもない。気にするな。
No, it was clearly not nothing. Whatever, fine. Santa spun around and walked off, away from Junpei.
なんだったんだ。
As Junpei watched him go, he didn't look angry. He looked very, very sad. A thermometer. Oh, you took the thermometer off? It says open at the bottom of the gauge. I wonder what it means. Maybe when it gets that hot, something will open? Oh, sure enough. Okay. What about this little hatch? Ooh! There's a piece of paper tied to this pipe with a wire. Notice, drainage valve operation. Please do not flush the water in these pipes. Doing so may cause the drain to overflow. I see. Okay, we'll get back to that later then, I guess. Yeah, if I can get this hot water on the thermometer, then maybe. All right, thermometer, let's get this party started. Yep, looks like that's doing the trick. I didn't even know those were operable, I'll be real. I didn't know those showers actually worked. There goes the gauge. And now it's at the open mark. Hmm? Huh? It opened. What's this? Looks like there's a piece of paper in here. 957 plus. 957 plus. It means you're supposed to add something to 957, doesn't it? Well, yeah, it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. The problem is, what to add? It's a fantastic question. That's where we came in. I guess it's not locked, but there ain't really any point. All that's out there is the numbered door. We can't go back through the numbered door, even if we wanted to. The red light's on, Jumpy. Indeed. But, what was that thing? Oh, nothing happened when I pressed the buttons. I guess I have to get the red and blue lights to turn on first. Oh, there's, come on, all right. Pipe on the right here must be connected to the drain in the middle of the room. If you turn on the water here, it'll probably come up through the drain. Okay, I'll leave that for later. For now, dividing wall that separates the toilets. I think I have all the items I'm gonna get. So we already checked out the luminol, we checked out the bucket. 957 plus. I mean, I imagine that's gonna be for the door here. Hold on. Drainage pipe? Aha! Huh? Huh. Looks like there's something down there on that grate. I think it's a card. Yeah, it's the blue card. Can't reach it though. It's too deep. Time to overflow the drain. On the note, doing so may cause the drain to overflow. Hey, Junpei, isn't this card kind of like the red card? Yeah, it looks similar. You're talking about the one we found in the toilet, right? Yeah. The red card floated, didn't it? Yeah, it did, so. Well, then the blue card probably floats too, right? Float. Yeah, it might. Question is, do I just flush the toilet? Nothing, it doesn't flush. Like his tank's empty, genius. The pipe that's supposed to fill it must be clogged. Well, couldn't you just get some water and pour it straight in there? Actually, hold on 1 second. Can I just turn on the showers? Feeling it still might be useful for something. Indeed. Hold on. Looks like the flow can be controlled with these handles. We can't put any water through the pipe on the right, though. If we do that, it'll start overflowing from the drain. I mean, we want that, though. Left, center, and right. Yes, I know. Thank you. Well, yes, I know what it is useful for. I'm trying to figure out how to overflow the drain, but I don't know how pipes work. All those years of Mario Brothers was for nothing. Let's see. Hold on. What if I wrap the toilet paper around the broom? I was kind of... I didn't want that to actually be the case, but that is hilarious that is the case. Items? I mean, yeah. Oh, so you wrap the toilet paper around the broom, huh? Looks like the symbols line up perfectly. It says 634 plus. Okay, hold on. 957 plus... 634 plus. Let me shrink down my notes to a very much more appropriate size, like this. There we go. I figured I'd at least give it a shot. Okay, luminol with this toilet. Hold on, luminol. Something that looks like tar outside the toilet bowl. Hot water might be able to wash it off. Darn it! Okay, hold on. Alright, got 6 handles. Each one got 3 positions. Left, right, left, center, and right. I don't know how these things work. What if item used more than once? Maybe? No. Actually, what if I use the bucket with the hot water? Yeah, there we go. Hey, Seven, could you turn on the shower? I'm gonna put the bucket under the head. Okay, sure thing. I knew DOSBox adventure games would be good for something. That's what I was thinking. Okay. Firstly, let's first do the toilet. There's something that looks like tar inside the toilet bowl. If I flush the hot water from the bucket, that should clean it up. Right, so I just pour the hot water into this tank and... looks like you filled it. Now you should be able to flush it, right? There's probably a handle somewhere on the tank that you can pull. You think so? Serious? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yes, flush it, my mans. There we go. That's what I was thinking when I was trying to backseat the game. That's fair enough. Let's see. There it goes. Just like a toilet should work. 185 equals. All right, so 957 plus 600, 957 plus 634 plus 185 equals blank. That stuff's washed off. Looks like that that writing was numbers. See it? 185 equals? What is this? You got me. Just looks like numbers. Do we still have bucket? We do not have bucket. Or yeah, no point in leaving, blah, blah, blah. Actually, wait, no. Hold on. This gives me an idea. Left, right. Hold on. Damn it, bucket gone. Indeed. Wait. You don't really think we're supposed to use the luminol here, do you? Oh, yes, I do. Yeah, it does seem kind of weird to use it here. But maybe I should try it just in case. So, left, left, right. Okay. Left, left, right, left, right, left. Okay. So, left, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, let's see if I can remember that. Left, left, right, left, right, left. Well, I did what it said on the wall. I wonder if it actually did anything. Hey, the strain's acting up. What the hell did you do? I just messed with the valves a little. Nothing big. Gib. Jumpy, the card is floating. Looks like the water floated the card up out of the drain. Now, I know, I want to take the grout. I want to take the grate off. Gib. It is, I think, it's not Venus. It's, oh goodness. We talked about, is it Mercury? It's the blue key card. This is, the symbol for Mercury, isn't it? Yeah! There's an elevator right outside the big hospital room. I think that same symbol was on the card reader next to it. That's right. I guess that means we're not supposed to use this card in this room. Do you really think so? You don't think maybe we need it for this room and for the elevator? I was about to say, my mans. You know we need a blue key card for the door. But real quick, let's solve the mathematical equation real quick. So, actually, I have it on the... Okay, so... 957 plus 634 plus 185 equals 1776. Okay. Where's the blue? There. Holy cow, Junpei, yeah. Yeah, for real. Great job, Jumpy. Both of the lights are on now. Now you just need to put in the password. Come on. Both lights are on. We should be able to enter the password now. What's with the E and C keys? Enter and clear. Presumably. E means enter and C means clear, I think. So after you put in the password, hit E. If you screw it up, hit C. Come on. 1776. Enter. There we go. Lock is disabled, and we're outie. You found it. You found... Oh, goodness. All right. Outside of the shower room was a hallway that extended off to the left and right. After this little... Hold on. Yeah, after this little novel piece, and maybe even a little bit before, we'll probably end stream. You found blank this time. Exactly, it's a Rorschach test. Oh, goodness. All right.
行ってみるか。
They'd moved a few steps toward the door when Junpei, I almost called him Jumpy. When Junpei heard the sound of metal on metal.
Huh?
They turned around. Seven was doing something to the door of the shower room.
何やってんだよ、セブン。
もしかしたらシャワー室に戻ってくることになるかもしれねえだろ。
June's nickname. Yeah.
だから扉にほうきの絵を挟んでおいたんだ。さあ、行こう。
I mean, that's probably a smart option, actually. With that, he stood up and began walking down the hallway. He brushed past Junpei and kept going. After a moment, the rest of them followed him. Before long, they found themselves at the large iron door. They had only been there for a moment when June spoke up. He turned. There on the right side of the hallway was a piece of paper attached to the wall.
どうした？
壁に何か貼られてませんか？
俺は。
Junpei ran over and peeled it off. It That's a map.
船内マップだ。
左上のところに C デッキとありますね。
このフロアのマップだってことか。じっくり見るのは後にしよう。今は進まないと。
Junpei folded the map and stuffed it into his pocket. Back at the door, the four of them lined up in front of it. Santa stepped forward. He grabbed hold of the door and then turned to look back at the rest of them.
いいか、開くぞ。
They nodded. Santa nodded back and threw the door open. It's gonna lead right back to the medical room, ain't it? All four of them leapt through.
こいつは。
おいおい、マジかよ。
That's not what he said. That's not what he said. It's the same vein, but that's not what he said. Oh my goodness. It took only a moment for them to realize where they were.
戻ってきちまったってのか。
He had been there only a short time ago. What he said, by the way was literally, hey, you gotta be kidding me. Like, that is the literal translation of what he said, not this. Again, same vein, but still. It was the large hospital room filled with countless beds. Lotus and Clover looked up as they entered. Ace was there as well, although he looked as though he had only just woken up. Oh, we didn't get to see Ace inject himself.
四つ葉ちゃんにヤシロさん、一宮さんも無事だったんですね。あれ、ヤシロさんがすごい形相でこっちに。
The moment they spotted Junpei, Lotus, and Clover, head straight for him. Wait, what? The moment they spotted Junpei, Lotus, and Clover... Okay, there we go. I got it mixed up. As she neared him, Lotus drew back her hand. Slap. Yep. There it is. He didn't have to, yeah. And slapped him, open-palmed across the face.
どの面下げて戻ってきたのよ。え?
Her face was furious. She grabbed Junpei by the collar and shook him violently. Clover didn't touch him, but the hate in her eyes was no less potent. It was Seven who stopped them. Thank you.
よせよ。それどころじゃねえんだ。
His deep voice echoed across the massive room. Lotus glared at Seven, but let Junpei go after one last vicious shake.
何よ。
いいから見てこい。
え？
ドアの間にドライバーをかませておいた。
Smart.
すぐそこの数字の書かれてないドアだ。ロックはかかってねえから、そこから入れ。進んでいくとシャワー室がある。そこのドアにも同じようにほうきの絵が挟み込んであるから。とにかく。
つまり、ナンバリングドアを通らなくても、その部屋に入れるってこと？
Yes. Oh, come on.
ああ、そうだ。
一体何があるのよ。
行けば上がる。
ね
え。そうね。行きましょう。
Clover, I'm so sorry. Lotus and Clover looked at one another for a moment, then nodded and stepped through the door. But then Ace had made his way to them, moving with the stiff, shuffling steps of someone who has only just awoken from a lengthy slumber.
やれやれ。
やれやれだぜ。
必ず戻ってきてくれると信じている。確かに私はそう言ったが、まさかこんなに早く実現するとはね。
He shook his head weakly.
で、私も行くべきなのかな。
ああ。
Seven nodded.
わかったよ。
Ace followed Lotus and Clover with his stiff, tired gait. The squeal of tortured metal made Junpei's teeth curl. How does teeth... Never mind. It sounded like the noise a ghost would make. No matter how many times he heard it, he never got used to it. Every time, it put him on edge. It didn't help that there was a girl nearby who looked far more like a ghost than a living human should. It was Clover. She sat on the edge of the bed, her head drooping listlessly onto her chest. Her eyes were blank and stared across the room at nothing. Her breathing was slow and mechanical. Aside from the rise and fall of her chest, she didn't move. Junpei felt as if even a nudge might cause her to shatter into 1,000 pieces.
おそらくニルスは殺されたんだろう。あの9番の男が死んだ時と同じような状況に追い込まれてな。
Seven lowered his voice, likely in an effort to keep Clover from hearing what he had said. There were 4 other people in the room with Junpei and Seven. Ace, Santa, June, and Lotus. Seven looked at each one of them in turn and continued.
やった方法は実に単純明快だ。簡単に説明することができる。まず犯人たちはニルスと共にレッドで認証を行い3の扉を開いた。で、その奥へとニルスだけをぶち込んだんだ。その9秒後、自動的に扉が閉鎖。孤立したニルスになす術はない。それでも奴は諦めなかった。無駄だとは知りながらもレッドを求めてシャワー室へと飛び込んでいった。藁にもすがる思いでな。だが掴んだ藁は所詮は藁だ。レッドで認証を行ってもバングルの起爆タイマーが停止するわけはなかった。止めるにはレッドで認証を受けた者全員がデッドに触れなければならない。そしてゲートをくぐってから81秒が経過。その結果があれだ。
なるほど。だから犯人たちなんだな。ナンバリングドアを開くにはニルスを含めて3人以上は必要だ。犯人1人とニルスだけでは扉は絶対に開けない。
Indeed.
そういうことだ。要するに単独犯じゃなくて複数犯ってことになる。
Junpei crossed his arms and grunted.
念のため確認しておきたい。もしも今の推理が正しいとするならニルスが殺されたのはいつだろう。
全員で分かれてレッドの基盤を探してた時だろうな。ニルスがいなくなってるのに気づいたのはその後のことだ。
ってことは全員のアリバイがなかったことになるよな。みんなそれぞれ自分の担当箇所に分かれて基盤を探してたわけで。
だね。つまり犯人の可能性は。
ちょっと待ってください。2人ともどうかしてますよ。
June, do not scream it, please. We don't want Clover to hear. June seemed shocked.
なんだか当たり前みたいに平然と言ってますけど、それって私たちの中に。
No, we're implying that 2 or more of us are killers.
ああ、しかも1人だけじゃない。
Yeah.
2人以上は確実にいることになる。
よさないかセブン。こんなところで猜疑心を煽ってどうする。それこそゼロの思うツボだろ。
ゼロの思うツボ。
そうとも。これは奴の仕掛けてきたゲームなんだぞ。ゲームであるからには
How do we know
必ず
June
勝者
isn't
と
part
敗
of the
者が生
murder
まれる。
squad secretly? I mean, we don't.
9の扉に入れた者が勝者、あぶれた者が敗者だ。奴はその勝敗を我々に競わせようとしてるんだ。
つまり意図的に内部分裂を起こさせようと。
そういうことだ。だからこそ我々は疑心暗鬼に陥ってはならないんだ。互いを信頼し結束を固めなければならない。そうしなければゼロの思惑通りになってしまうからね。
ってことはニルスを殺したのも。
ああ、おそらくゼロだろう。というかだな、そもそもまず真っ先に疑うべきなのはゼロだろう。奴はこのゲームの首謀者なんだぞ。 そいつがニルスを殺したと考える方が自然じゃないかね。
どうなんだろう。
Potentially. Junpei hadn't really considered that.
もしもニルスを殺したのがゼロだとするなら、ゼロはこの船の中にいることになるが。
Junpei! Was Zero still on the ship with them? Yes. Of course he was. And I think with this, we can do this. Do. See one of them? That's
そん
crazy!
なバカな。だってそうだろ。あと数時間でこの船は沈むん
But
だ
if
ぞ。
there's more than one Zero? I mean, possibly? I have no clue.
俺たちと一緒に行動を共にしてたら自分の身が危うくなるじゃないか。そんな危険を冒してまで俺たちの中に紛れ込んでる理由は何だ。
We don't really have any evidence that would suggest
動機がないだろ。
that
動
per
機が。
se, but it is a possibility until proven otherwise. Clover looked up at Junpei and her face fell.
信じてくれないんだね。
Her eyes were so pitiful. The moment Junpei's met them, he felt his heart tighten. He didn't think what he said was wrong, but perhaps the way he'd said it had been. Junpei Zero could be mentally unsound, so to speak. Indeed. But perhaps the way he'd said it had been... he'd been too insensitive. Clover had just lost her brother. His death would have been bad enough, but she'd also seen the blasted wreck of his body. Junpei barely knew him, and the sight had been enough to make him sick. What Clover had felt, couldn't begin to imagine. In the mental state she must have been in, it was understandable that she would look at those around her with suspicion. She felt everyone was against her. The least Junpei could have done was try to understand what she was feeling. He felt ashamed of what he'd said. Perhaps, he thought, I should apologize. But before that apology could begin...
四つ葉、その
四つ葉、気持ちはわかるよ。君がみんなを疑いたくなる気持ちはね。
Ace had beaten Junpei to the punch. As he spoke to Clover, his face was calm and friendly.
だがどうか分かってほしい。我々が不信感を募らせれば募らせるほど敵の術中にはまっていくことになるんだ。ニルスをあんな目に合わせたのはおそらくゼロだろう。そいつにいいように操られて。君は満足かね？
Clover didn't answer. She didn't even look at Ace. The whole time, her eyes were on Junpei. He could feel Clover's eyes boring into him. They were the color of a deep winter lake. Junpei saw no suspicion in them, only sadness. Then, in that horrible silence, 1, 2, 3, they heard a bell begin to ring. 3 hours! It was at the clock at the central staircase.
あの時計の鐘の音だな。
Are we already back at the... No, because it's immediately into an escape room. Okay.
タイムリミットまであと3時間ね。
とにかく今は動くしかあるまい。セブンや四つ葉の言いたいことは分かったが、今はそれよりもお互いを信じるこ
That
と
seemed a
の
little
方が
longer
はるか
than
に
him
大
just
事だ。
saying
そうだ
seven
ろ。
Clover, but whatever. I didn't hear well enough, nor do I know Japanese well enough to know what he said in that particular instant. Seven and Clover remained silent. Their eyes were looking at something somewhere else, very far away.
さあ時間がない。行こう。
Ace's words put their feet to moving. They all knew where they were going.
次に目指すべき場所は
Mercury.
水星か。ここだな。
They stood in front of the elevators next to the stairs that led to the casino and the kitchen. Between the two elevators was a card reader with the Mercury symbol engraved on it. Junpei stood in front of it with the Mercury key card.
それって。
ああ、シャワー室を捜索している時に見つけたものだ。
水星のマーク。なるほどね。
I just want to check this real quick. Okay. Okay, so we do just automatically go to that. Okay, cool. I was like, maybe there's a chance we can like circle, but no. We cannot within the path just move upwards. That's not how that works here. He took a deep breath and slid the card through the reader. It made a small beep, and the lights on the reader blinked to life.
さてこれで
7 people, including Junpei, climbed onto the elevator.
C とボトムか。
The rest were destroyed or did nothing when pushed.
押すのはボトム
Junpei hit the bottom button. Naturally, for him at least, the door closed. Slowly, they began to move downward. Sometime later, all 7 of them stepped off the elevator and onto the bottom deck. They stepped off and saw that the hallway to their right ended somewhere between 20 and 25 feet from them. The hallway in front of them was a dead end, but not a regular dead end. This was an advanced dead end.
ああ2の扉だ
Immediately, they began to discuss who would go through it.
決めるべきは誰と誰が組んで2の扉に入るべき。
さっきみたいに置き去りになるだの取り残さ
Not
れるだ
everyone can be a
そんな
top.
話
Yeah,
はもうしなくて
true.
もいいよな
Then that'd just be no fun.
そうね。ナンバリングドアの先に進んでもどこか別の場所で合流するようになっているんでしょうし。
これ以上無駄に争うこともないだろう。
ということは調査隊として中の様子を見てくるのは誰かってところだね。
ではまずは立候補を募ろうか。
俺が行こう
The first to speak up was 7.
俺も
We
行かせて
would
く
have
れ
to be like snails if you think of it. I mean, yeah, true.
それなら私も行くことになるわね。
Junpei followed suit, which means Lotus was, by default, the 3rd member. 5 plus 7 plus 8 equals 20. 2 plus 0 equals 2.
それじゃ
Then
あ
we immediately go into the torch chamber.
かよお前ら
Door open, short hallway. We move on. The DEAD.
あったぞ。
俺はさて短い左手右手に
Yep. Mm-hmm.
さあ
ええ、
了解だ
それじゃ
私は
よし
Except we will not be seeking a way out. None, none, none. Incorrect. So we're going back to... Where's the thing? Guess we'll save, yeah. Even though we're gonna overwrite the save, yes. Reset the escape. No, hold on. No, 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 no. Oh, wait, no. I just go to the... I'm silly. Hold on. Yes. Click to load. Yes. Dracula I said flow. We'll go to here.
1念のため
ちゃんと書いたわ
Hold
よ
on, where's the skip? Skip. I'll at least put us on the path. Or at the very least get to the decision and then save it and then we'll call it for a stream. Okay. Save. Yes. There we go. Yes, now for realsies. Alright, but that will be the end of today's stream. It was a lot of fun. And we got a lot of stuff done. Oh my goodness. But now, the most important question of all. Who are we going to raid afterwards? Who's even streaming today? Oh my goodness, excuse me. Whew. I almost have enough points to pet you again. Well, there you go. All right, who's streaming what? Oxandra is doing Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Kato Gray is doing Overwatch. Iron Mouse is doing the after party from her second 3D concert. Henya is doing Elden Ring. Kat is doing Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Pat is also doing FF7 Rebirth. And then Grim Griff is doing League of Ronald Reagan, aka League. You know what? It's been a while since we've rated Kat. I wonder. Well, let's see how our favorite self-identified femcel is doing. Hold on. Creepy culture. Creepy culture. There we go. We will raid Kat. She is playing FF7 Rebirth. I know nothing of the remake for FF7, so I probably will not stay for long. But I will still, what's it? I'll at least stay for a wee bit. But yes, thank you, everyone, for coming out and joining me on the continuation of this fun adventure through 999. We will continue next week, where we will get another ending or two. And then depending on how well we do, we may even get the third one. We're not going to get the final ending next week. We'll probably get that like the week after that. So like the second week of March, we'll get the final ending of 999 / the true ending. And that will be lots of fun. But yeah, all right. My time is running out on the little timer thing. Thank you all so very much once again. And I will see you all later. Goodbye.